eyesore.
This could be thirsty.
Because I be talking. I'll put it right here.
Yeah, so the reason why I don't do...
All right, Jay, we're going 9 seconds.
Oh, there's a timer right there, too, so...
Oh, okay.
I look into the camera, not at myself. Hello and welcome. My name is Jade, and I'm the host of Bay, the Broke Ass Entrepreneur podcast, where we discuss what it's like being an entrepreneur, but not just the glitz and the glamorous sides of it, the sides where sometimes you might be in the bathroom sliding down the wall crying because it's one of those days, but we're still going to drop some gems. So today I have with us Shanell, a.k.a. Shanella. I just want to say hi to everyone.
Hey, everybody.
So... Shanell is a dancer, an actress. She does a little bit of everything. She's an entrepreneur. So we're going to go ahead and get into that and talk about what it's like being an entrepreneur. But actually, before we get that, tell us about your background.
All right. So I am an actress, dancer, and I do so many other things, y'all. It's insane. But I started dancing. I was always that girl around the way who knew how to dance, but I never took any, professional or training dance classes until I was maybe 15. I was like, oh, okay, there's other styles to dance outside of just, hip hop.
Okay, pause. I'm going to interrupt you real quick because I know you from taking classes with you. Mm-hmm. What type of dance classes do you currently teach?
So I currently teach. I'm a pole instructor at the amazing Secret Garden Pole Fitness Boutique right here in Atlanta. And I started teaching there, I want to say, 2023.
Okay.
Time is flying. Hold on. Yeah, 2023. But I'm actually from PG County. I'm from Maryland. So I started my training, my pole training back home. Shout out to PG County. I started my pole training out there. And then, I came out here. And, yeah. As far as acting, I went to school for acting. I went to Salisbury University, where I earned my theater degree and my bachelor's of arts degree, and I minored in dance. But like I said, just like I was the girl who always knew how to dance, I was always the girl who just my mom would be like, do that scene for that one movie. That was me.
Yeah.
But I was very, very shy at the same time as a kid. I only lit up when it was time to perform. But had my mother tell you, she'd be like, I can't believe you even talking right now, because no one could get a word out of me. Okay.
Until you hit the stage.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people who are like that. When it's time to sing, dance, or act, they're the shyest person off stage and when the lights aren't shining on them. But as soon as they're on that stage, something turns on.
Honestly, it's crazy because it's really a misconception, especially in the entertainment industry. A lot of people think because you are an actress, you're a dancer, that you always have this big, boisterous personality. No, I am very introverted. I like my space, I like being out, but then I'm like...
You gotta turn it off.
Yeah, my line sister, shout out to Granny. My line sister, she didn't even realize that I was quiet until we moved to Atlanta. Because we lived together.
Yeah.
And she was just she called me Gertie, because I call her Granny, long story. But that's my old lady name. But she was like, girl, I didn't even know you was this quiet. I'm like, girl, I be chilling.
Yeah.
I be chilling. But yeah, I will say that's a misconception. Being in the entertainment industry.
Okay. So let's tie that into your entrepreneurship.
So, your girl be doing a lot.
Yes.
Okay.
A lot of times we entrepreneurs carry many titles, wear many hats.
Yeah. So I know I am working on a brand. I don't want to say it just yet.
Okay.
Because I haven't trademarked any of the same,
Gotcha.
any of the anything like that. And what I learned, especially in this industry, there's always going to be someone who's thinking like you. They might, out of one out of maybe 100, there might be 5 people who have the same idea as you, who is thinking about the same thing you're doing, but they just might not have, or they may have the resources, but I may not have the resources yet. And they might be then the next thing you know,
they're taking off.
Dang.
And it's really bad is when you think that you have this unique idea, no one's thought about this yet.
Yeah.
And then you get in a room, you start running your mouth about it.
Exactly.
And you're someone else oh, yeah, I thought about doing that too. And you done gave away that one little piece that they needed to start their business.
Yes.
And now you sitting there like,
yes, it's like one of those things, like, you know how when you say something and you immediately regret it. So yeah, but yeah, I am working on this brand that I'm so excited about. Like I said, I am a dancer. I'm also an actress as well, and a pole artist. So I want to intertwine and I'm also in the process of training to be a yoga instructor. So one thing is good about being an entrepreneur, like, I love to work for myself, but obviously I have other jobs because you need some income.
Yes.
Okay, so like let's talk about it.
Let's talk about, like, as an entrepreneur, like, you want to have your own business. And you talk about the misconceptions of being an entertainer. A misconception that people have about entrepreneurs is that we just have our business. We got jobs sometimes.
Yeah.
So what are some of the other things that you have to do to bring in that income? Like, so you have all these other side things that you're doing.
Yes.
Ideally, what is the one thing, like, if you could just earn income off one thing, what would that be?
I want to be an actress. Like, I am a working actress, I will say, but I want it to be like I'm going from one gig to the next gig to the next gig to I want to be Taraji.
Consistent.
I want to be the Nia Long.
Hey,
you know, I want to be them.
That girl.
So, and then also I am working on directing my own films and producing my own stuff. So.
Okay, so let me tell you something real quick. One of my goals is to be in a Tubi movie.
That's a goal. Okay, that's a goal.
But I don't want a real role. I just want to walk past and be like, okay, I want one word.
Yes.
That's it. So whenever somebody watches it, or whenever I'm like, hey, y'all gotta watch this movie. And I'm like, I'm in it. And I'm only in it for like that much time.
I got you.
That's my,
and you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? I always look at, I mean, even when I'm watching Insecure, shout out to Issa Rae. I'm going to work with her. So let me speak that in
Say it again.
I'm going to work with Issa Rae.
Yes.
Issa.
Yeah.
Where are you? I'm here.
Right.
I'm coming to LA. But
Anyway.
anyway.
Come back and I'll be like, I remember she was on my podcast and she said it. And look at where she at.
But I will say, I look at that. I will look at a show, let's say Insecure, for example, right? Episode when not Kelly, when Tiffany went missing, right?
Yes.
It was season 4, and her sister was there. Her sister, and which was Tiffany's sister, and she was just like, and Tiffany's husband was basically like, "Can you watch the baby?" And she was like, "Okay."
That's me.
What?
That's the skill set that I have.
Come on, like. I cheer for those actors who literally got their big break just by saying a couple of lines.
I don't want to break. I just want to be there.
I know. But for those actors who literally get pinned for things or literally get emails and I mean, honestly, I put a little gem out there. I just booked something, a cool Netflix series that's coming out, and I'm literally only saying a couple of lines.
But that's all it takes.
And that's all it takes.
Yeah.
That's literally all it takes. So it's just amazing. It is amazing. But as far as like the entrepreneur side, like, of course, in a perfect world, you want to just have all the revenue, your businesses and the money and all that stuff coming in. But it's okay to have multiple jobs. Like me, I work at Sephora part-time. I'm actually going there after this. But also one thing about me, about entrepreneurs, like, you have to think about how you can, they pull from you, they pull from us all the time. How can you benefit from them? I get 30% off, okay, on everything.
Yes.
So I might, and I don't have like a big ass schedule where I'm working all the time. I might work like 3 or 4 times out of the month, maybe.
Yeah.
So you got to think of it like that. Like, yeah, there's going to be times you're going to be doing jobs that you don't want to do, but think about jobs that you can benefit from.
Listen.
That you can literally benefit from. A pole studio. I was literally just doing front desk before I started teaching. So you think about it, you're getting free classes, you're training, you're meeting amazing women, you're collabing. So
and you're not required to work that much, but now you have access to a huge network of people.
Exactly. So I'm not saying, be a garbage trash person.
They make good money.
Oh, they do. They do. But if that's not something you want to do,
right?
You sometimes you have to, especially you have to do things because you have to do it, and so you can do what you want to do.
Yeah.
But I also work for DC government, So I work from home.
You got all the
Listen,
jobs.
but guess what? It's funding my dreams.
Yes.
It's funding the things I'm trying to do. It's
Mhm.
helping me get to where I want to go. It's not as it's so flexible that it's like I still have time to act. They know I'm an actress.
Right.
They know that I'm a dancer, and as long as I do my work and I do what I have to do, who cares?
Right. And
So.
side note, I started working the desk at the studio because I was always in there. Someone was like, I don't have a job. And they're like, well, we need somebody to cover the front desk. And free classes.
Hello.
I can come to the studio whenever I want to. I mean, not whenever, I got to let the owners know,
No,
whatever.
no.
But it's like, I'm like, okay, well, I was spending $200+ a month for that. Now I'm spending $0.
Exactly.
And then, like, you're talking about get a job that's going to benefit you. So I love Michaels. I love crafting. If I could deal with people in that capacity, I'd probably get a seasonal job there just for the discount.
Right.
Just for
exactly.
it.
Just that's why I feel about Sephora. I mean, and then I can be a girl all day.
Right.
I'm literally putting makeup on girls all day, and I'm making their day.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I do be coming across some weird people who
everywhere.
They're everywhere. But I'm getting a 30% off discount, and then on top of we have sales all the time. So I'm just like you know what I mean?
Right. Racking up.
Do jobs that even if you want to work at. You might want to work at Planet Fitness. Okay, you might be going to the gym for free.
Right.
So just always think about how they milk you. Milk them.
I wonder if I could get a job at like a restaurant where they feed me for free every day, but I only have to work 1 day a week.
Yeah.
That'd be my dream country. Free food. Yeah.
It's somewhere because I will say here. Atlanta, people actually want to work. I mean, I'm not saying people. I mean, they are scammers, don't blame them.
Oh,
but I feel like people actually want to work. People are fighting for hours. So
Yeah.
it's even we have our Sephora group chat. It's everyone's fighting for hours. I'm like, oh, okay. I might be I don't even want this job. I don't even want to work today.
Yeah,
I'll do it. So I will say,
it's flexible. So one thing I also like to mention, even you said I'm racked up. I got plenty of jobs. I got backup. But what has been your brokest moment, if you're comfortable with sharing? And I don't care if you're not, because I'm still gonna ask.
No, listen. Last year was so hard for me financially. I was asking my mom and my sister every time rent came. I'm just like, hey y'all, hey big head, literally, it really gave that because. Things were so slow. It was so slow. And people don't realize, I might have all these auditions. My agent might send me all these auditions, but sometimes I don't book them. And these be, really, really good gigs that maybe start at, $2K. But it's I can do all the auditions I want. But if I don't book it, then it's you know. But it was so hard. It was so hard. And it's crazy because... It was to the point where I'm just because I was so scared. I was so scared to move on my own because I was living with my best friends. And, they got married, it was in the process of getting married at the time. So it's I'm not about to live in a married couple, And so I was so scared. And I also feel like I was projecting my fears on them because I'm just oh my God, I can't move. What I'm doing, But it was just it was so hard. It was so hard.
So you went through a moment of struggle.
Yes, it was it was either gas or food. And it was just I didn't have all these jobs. So I was literally just had the pole studio and gigs.
Got it. So basically what happened, you're kind of there where I don't have everything that I need to have in place. And it sounds like now you're I'm going to make sure I have a backup plan for the backup plan for the backup plan, just in case.
Yes, you have to.
Let me ask you, how does it feel when you go on an audition and, let's say you're okay, this is $2K. I need this. Do you ever start pre-planning and budgeting that money you already got it, and then when you don't get it, that's when you're cuss word.
But then, because I do this so much, nothing is even... With the things that I booked and I might got a contract and sign it, sometimes those not even... Sometimes those are not even... someone can literally just cut you.
So it's just not guaranteed?
Sometimes it's not.
Oh,
sometimes it's not.
That sounds stressful.
Yeah, and sometimes I will be oh my God, 2K, okay, got a cute little usage, cute little buyout, and then I know that I did good, and then I don't get it. But I don't know sometimes if it hurts more if I did so good and I didn't get it, or because sometimes that does hurt. Like, it's a gut punch. It's like, oh my God, I thought it, but then it's like, I think this. But now I'm just like, it could just be a look thing. I'm 5'1". They might have needed someone who was 5. I know.
I'm like talking about you. I'm 5'5", but you know when a short person finds somebody shorter than them,
I know.
I'm making all the jokes.
But yeah, it's so many different factors, so I don't take it personally, but it does hurt. It still does hurt. But yeah, I do be planning that money out, and it's crazy because I auditioned for an Orange Theory shoot back in February. And it's like one of those things, like, if you don't hear anything, I just move on because it's just like, it's after the due date. I was on set for something, and I got an email that my agent sent me. It was like, you are booked. I said, wait, what? Because I let things go because it's just like, I can't be attached to something because then I'll hurt my own feelings if I don't get it. And then I was just like, and I saw the usage, and I was like, that was like my first big like campaign that I've done, and I keep seeing the pictures of me everywhere, and I freaking hate the picture.
Girl, well,
I know, but it's like so cool.
I would take the picture with it, even if I'm like, it's me.
Yeah, it's like all over social media. All my friends are seeing it, and I'm like, this picture is so freaking goofy. But yeah, and I was like, wow, like, and I was literally on set for something, so it does. I will say, being an actress, being an entrepreneur, we all go through those wavelengths. Like when it's like, we're booking, and then it's like slow.
Yeah, and so the thing is, like, I have an online school. Like that's my business.
Right.
And I know my peak months, September, back to school. Even with homeschool families, that's when everyone sign up for classes. January, the winter break is over. Everyone's signing up for classes. During the summer, baby, the budget lifestyle that I have to live during the summer because they're on vacation, they're at camp. Nobody wants to take a virtual class, like an online class during the summer. And then the students that I do have that sign up for class, they don't want to be there. So there's always the highs and then the lows, and you have to like figure out how do I maintain my life during those lows.
Exactly. And that's one thing. That's why you got to have, unfortunately, all these incomes and all these jobs, because it's just like,
just
the slow season, and just in case. And it was to the point where like I don't like to feel like remorseful every time I get Chick-fil-A. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like,
no, okay, so like,
no, like
okay,
I'm saying, like, you know what I mean? Like,
you're like, I want to go out to eat, but should I?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't like that feel. Like, it's that feeling.
I thought you were talking about Chick-fil-A.
No, I hate that feeling when you just like when you buy yourself something and you just like, oh my gosh, shouldn't have did that. But then it's like.
But that's how I told, like, with the Keisha Cole concert. And Tink, because I love Tink down and Keisha. But that's how I felt. I was just like, if something happened to me tomorrow, if I was sitting in the hospital, I'd have been pissed that I didn't go to the concert, because I'm sitting in the hospital. So I'm like, I'm just gonna live my life. Can't completely YOLO it because bills have to be paid. But you have to find that balance. Yeah, and also I forgot to tell you, I do burlesque on weekends sometimes. See, look. So it's like, but we only do it if we sell a nice amount of tickets. So if I could have a burlesque show every weekend, I would probably be even more like set with with my financials, because it's like, ooh, because I'm already probably gonna leave like $300 that evening. Call me, girl, because I be needing some extra money during the summertime. Oh, I got you, girl. Show me a couple of moves. It's not as frequent because it just all depends on the ticket sales. So I want to talk about directing, because you mentioned that at some point you want to direct. So, and then you also talked about how like your own feelings are hurt sometimes when you don't get a role. As a director, you might be put in that position someday to tell somebody, no, I don't want you. Yeah. Or I did want you, but I can't use you anymore. For me, I know what it's like. So when I get to that opportunity, like I am always going to give someone a chance because someone gave me a chance. So, and then also it's, the casting directors, they'll send it to the actors. We'll get it. We'll see, it's a chain of command. It's a chain of
it's a series of events of how it gets to like, okay, I want to go with that person.
Mm-hmm.
But I will always, and that's what's I will say about about the acting industry. I won't say dance. That's another topic for another day.
I have some friends that
are in there. The dance industry is something.
Sounds brutal.
But that's another day. That's another conversation for another day. But I will say with acting, it's you just get such a more of a fair chance.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you're in your space. You know, sometimes you audition at home or sometimes you rent it out, you know, if you want more of a quality. But you have that equal opportunity to learn the lines, to put yourself on camera or in person. We don't do a lot of in person here, mainly in LA. But you have that medium of, you know, you're being on camera, you're learning the lines, you're going through a series of it's not just about learning the lines, it's understanding the story, understanding the character. So you have that equal opportunity. And if you don't get it, you know for a fact, like, you did everything you could. Mm-hmm. So I'm always going to be appreciative of that process. I'm always going to, honestly, I can't wait to be to that point where people hit me up, like, or Tyler, like, hey, Shanell, like, you don't even need to audition. You know, I want to get to that status.
Yeah.
I can't wait till I get
to
that.
You will get there.
I do be at that status, but, you know, it's nothing wrong with the audition process either. But I will always give someone a chance who tries, because that was me.
There was an interview with Denzel. Somebody asked him about the interview. The audition process. Mm-hmm. He's like, I don't audition. He said they called me.
Hello?
They make the role for me. I was already the person that they wanted. Mm-hmm. So
yeah,
I can see that happening. Like,
I cannot wait to get to that point. And especially, like, when I have so many dreams and so many things I want to do. And that's what I would say about being an entrepreneur is, you know, investing in yourself and in your craft. Yeah. And even, honestly, these materials, to be honest, because I literally been saving up for my own camera. I'm like, I need to start putting my own films out there.
See?
Because it's like, we don't have the time. Like, we don't have the time you got to push yourself out there. And that's what you have to do, and the right people will see you.
Yeah, and you're working so hard to get to that point. So I was just saying, it's like, when you're trying to get funding for something, but you have to work so that you can get the funds to even start what you want to do. So if you're like, I'm going to get this camera, and then you start. And I would say in Atlanta, just speaking for Atlanta, I feel like entrepreneurs are able to connect a lot. Like, when I said I was going to start the podcast, every single person who I talked to about it has sent me 5 other people to be a guest. And so you said, like, in Atlanta, like, in the circle, like, I don't want to call it not a circle, but within the acting community,
right,
would you say people are helpful?
Yes.
Here.
Yes, I will say the people who I've came across, I absolutely love, and they're part of the reasons why I got some of the roles today. Shout out to Brittany Passion from the Passion Experience. She's also a soror. Hey, soror.
Shout out.
Yes, she is the reason why I got a lot of the things I've got. Even if it was BG, like background, like for BMF, like you already start. Depending on if you're doing scantily clad or nude as a dancer, you're already starting at maybe $900, and the most is $13 for nude. You know what I mean? So even if I'm not saying anything, I got to check.
All right, come on.
So
this is the body.
Yeah, and a lot of things, and also what's also helpful that I always want to tell everybody is to always have a niche or always have a specialty.
Right.
Because at this point, everyone's an actress. Everyone's a dancer. What sets you apart? I'm a pole artist. I'm a pole dancer. You know how much, like, I book things just off of me being a pole dancer?
Because you have that skill set.
I don't need nobody to do my own stunts. I can do my own stunts. You know what I mean?
Like, don't worry, I got this.
I got this. I got to choreograph for 2 movies for the lead as a choreographer, because it was like a stripper, you know, movie. I got to be a choreographer for 2 movies.
Hey.
And also be in the movie.
So that resume is
hello. It's stacking. Okay. It's yeah. So use that. Like, find a specialty, because at this point, everybody is literally the same thing. Even if you are a dancer, get in some tumbling classes. You know, I would pick somebody who can do a backflip. If I was the one at the table and someone freestyles and they break out with a backflip, I'm booking them.
Yes, I want you.
I'm booking them.
That's what. So, like, when I watch, like, the reason why I started taking pole classes,
P Valley.
P Valley.
Yeah, me too.
I dead ass was like, ooh, they fine. I want to do
Yeah.
that too. And I taken like a pole class a long time
Me
ago.
too.
But I started taking the classes, but I also realized what it was doing for my self confidence.
Oh yeah.
Like I had just came out of a relationship or whatever, so it also made me feel sexy again.
Yes.
So that's how I started,
Yeah.
and then I just thought I said they had to act and they had to know how to dance. Like they had to have both of those things together because they're the ones up there doing it.
Yes.
So, like you said, like you have to be able to have something that's going to set you apart from what everyone else is already doing. Like what's going to make you unique.
Yeah, exactly. And I've had a couple of speaking role auditions for P Valley, but I didn't get it. Which was fine. I mean, it's, it's still gut punching.
You know what?
But
Listen, the next season or the next season, whenever they drop them seasons.
I know. Couture.
Whenever it comes out. Okay.
But yeah, I did have a couple of auditions, but then it's like when you see that person, you're like, okay. Like I was on set, doing BG for P Valley, and you see them, you're like, okay.
You're like, I see why.
I see why. And like I said, sometimes it's not about the talent. Sometimes it's not about sometimes it's literally a look. And it can be something so small as them they need somebody thicker, or they need someone who is lighter or darker, or, I mean, it can just be something, or because they have this vision of how their character be, and then that's fine. Right. Sometimes you can be their wrench in their plan, and sometimes
so don't take it personal. Because once you see it, you're like, okay. That bitch 2 inches taller than me. Yeah. Okay, I get it. And sorry for the.
Yeah, and then but then it's like, okay, I had an audition for Couture.
Yeah.
Hello.
Like I'm still in the room. I'm still in the space.
Hello. I had an audition for Couture Hall. Yeah. Stop playing with me.
So.
Yeah.
That ebbs and flows, and I feel like you gave a lot of advice, but I want you to think for a moment. If you had to give like an overall gem, like one piece of advice to an entrepreneur who's also creative, who's also a dancer, who's also an actress, who also does burlesque and works for DC, does Sephora, does what needs to get done to make sure that the bills get paid, who's going to be the future director, who's going to be the person who gets the calls because they made the role for you. That's a lot. Yeah. What piece of advice would you give them so they can do exactly what you're doing, but they can't do it exactly like you because it's only one you?
I would definitely say you have to have that confidence. Like, you have to. This is such, I won't even say a dog-eat-dog world. Well, it is, but you just have to know that you are capable of doing it. I'm not going to lie. I have my procrastination days. You sitting in front of the TV, you're scrolling on TikTok,
Guilty.
But I will say, like, you just have to do it. And also for those who literally living in small towns, like me, like I said, I'm from Maryland. So the most I would do is go to New York to do BG or do things like that. But BG as in background, in the beginning of my film career. But if you live in a small town, just go. I promise you, just go. Like, I don't even know how long I'm going to be in Atlanta. I might want to move to LA because it might be more opportunities for me. But just move to that other city. Like, when you feel like you're too big for your city, or if you're not getting enough from your city, just go.
Leave.
Just leave. And honestly, and also another advice, you already possess, like, you already have that it factor. You have to literally believe in yourself. Right. Like, if you want to be a writer, like, what Big Goldberg said, if you wanna be somebody, if you want,
drop them vocals.
Yes,
drop the vocals.
If you want, like, not. But Sister Act 2, like, seriously, like, if you really want to do it, you have to. Like, you have to. Like, shout out to my friend Larissa. She moved down here from Minnesota, and she was here for maybe like a year and a half. She was like, I want to move to LA. She moved to LA. This girl is amazing. She's in she does voiceover, and she's a model too. I mean, taking off. I mean, and sometimes it just takes for you to just literally just get out your comfort zone and literally just move. And I'm just watching my sis. Shout out to Larissa. I'm just watching her just take off, and I'm just like, girl, you better go.
That
like, what? Yes. So you really have to. I would say just go. Just go.
Well, I want you to tell everybody where they can find all of the stuff that you do, okay? All of it.
Well, you can follow me at The Real Shanella on IG, and I post my pole content. I post my acting, dance, all that stuff. I'm going to get better with my dancing stuff, like outside of pole. But yeah, I do that. I also have so many pages, y'all. I have a yoga page so if you need a yoga instructor, definitely let me know. I can do your events and pop-ups. Be on the lookout for pop-up classes. Y'all have so many IGs, it's crazy. I have my Shanell the Actress page where I will post most of my acting stuff and also my acting tips. And yeah, just send me a DM or email me. I check my emails like your social media. So definitely, if you want to collab, book me for any gigs, definitely let me know.
Listen, because we keep these phones on us. Okay, the phones
Hello?
are on us even as we're working while we're working while we're working.
While we're working.
Always.
Yes, I be doing 2 jobs at once.
Always.
Mm-hmm.
Laptop, iPad, phone.
Hello?
Everything. Well, I appreciate you so much for coming and speaking with me today. And for everyone out there, if you are a broke-ass entrepreneur, it doesn't mean that you're broke. It just means that you're going through some things. Make sure you watch this episode and all the other episodes. Okay, bye.
Bye.